A lot of the ICE agents are quitting. They're quitting in droves. There's been some reporting on it, but it's just stating that they're quitting in droves. It's not telling you why.
So now ICE agents are starting to quit their job. Why? Why are they quitting their job? Well, now they're afraid that people are going to follow them home. They're going to get doxxed. They're afraid that they're going to be injured on the job. All the stuff that they've been doing to these people. It's crazy. But yeah, and so you got political figures saying, hey, don't communicate like ICE is like the Nazis, or that the detention center is like a concentration camp. They all are starting to say, hey, we're afraid for our safety and things of that magnitude. This is crazy. This is crazy. They got extremely aggressive and have been and probably will still be aggressive for a while. And then if they're quitting, guess what the United States government going to do? They're going to purchase bounty hunters and mercenaries to do the job. Look, it's not something that's sustainable. Going out and treating people like this is not sustainable. People will rise up, and there's never going to be enough of individuals to treat people this bad in these United States in this current time for people not to step up and say something. So, hey, probably shouldn't have got that job. Probably shouldn't have started. It might have been something that you wasn't even as excited about. You probably got pushed into it. But I'm not giving anybody any outs. You did the work. You treated people like crap. And now you're running with your tail tucked between your legs saying, oh, I don't want to get doxxed. I'm afraid that there's going to be injury on the job and all these other different things. This is crazy, y'all. But this is exactly what we're going through. This instability in our economy. This is instability in our government. People making immoral decisions. It's ridiculous.
You might have heard that thousands of ICE agents have been quitting their jobs, that hundreds have just been dropping on the spot, deciding that they just didn't want to be an ICE agent, whether this is for their own safety and security and the fear of the retaliation of events that we saw just happen in Texas. But this is not true. There are many different TikTokers here and other places that I've seen talk about this idea of ICE agents quitting their job, but there is zero evidence to corroborate this. There are no ICE agents leaving en masse. There are no ICE agents quitting their jobs by the hundreds. None of this is happening. And I know a lot of us may have felt in that tiny moment of that video of thinking that there was humanity left within these individuals, and the humanity of these people covering their faces as they disrupt homes and separate moms from their children and fathers from their children, as they destroy the lives of people that are doing their job in our society, as they target people that actually provide value to our society and are no different from their ancestors. But there is no humanity, and they are not leaving. They are not quitting. It is only getting worse. In fact, the big beautiful bill that Donald Trump just passed increased ICE's funding, now making them one of the largest military forces within the United States with the most funding. And they are on track to potentially add an additional 10,000 agents to ICE. They are not shrinking, they are growing. And as they continue to incorporate battle-tested technology, such as thermal cameras and technology that is able to infiltrate our phones if you haven't locked them. All of these things in which have been tested in Gaza against the Palestinians are now being used right here domestically by ICE agents. Do not for a moment think that ICE agents are on your side. Do not think that they are showing signs of humanity, as they are cowards that cover their faces and kick children out of their homes and send parents to countries that many of their children have never been to.
So apparently President Miller is ramping up the quota for ICE agents so much that a lot of them are regretting their jobs and feeling very depressed. A lot of them have to do 4 a.m. raids on non-violent, just straight up U.S. citizens, I mean, they've been living here for however long. They have no criminal history. They have jobs. They have kids. They have families. They live in a neighborhood. They have a whole life here. And ICE is just having to go in and kidnap these people. I guess the ICE agents some of them have souls and are feeling bad about it, which, I mean, it seems like, how could you not feel bad about it? But whatever. If you guys feel so bad about it, then quit. Don't take this money. There's plenty of other shit you can do in this world.
There's some rumors going around right now that ICE agents are quitting in droves because they fear the retribution of what could happen when this is all said and done. Well, these rumors are just that. They're rumors. None of this information is substantiated. If anything, they're gaining traction right now because of the bonuses that they're going to be getting when they get hired. So there appears to be no slowdown with these ICE agents in the Department of Homeland Security. So my advice to the people who are here illegally is you might want to go back on your own accord. Don't wait for them to take you, because that's just going to make things more difficult for you. This is the new America. This is what we're going to have to look forward to until the end of this presidency. I mean, you guys are putting up a good fight, but how long can that be sustained?
According to the Atlantic's latest reporting, Adam Boyd is a 33-year-old attorney who actually resigned from ICE's legal department. Why? Because he believes that the mission of the department is no longer about protecting the homeland from threats. Quote, it became a contest of how many deportations could be reported to Stephen Miller. He said that he saw frustration among ICE attorneys whose cases were dismissed just so teams could grab their clients in the hallways for fast-track deportations that pad the stats for the administration.
So if you are not aware, because most news outlets didn't report on this, an ICE facility in Texas was ambushed by 12 civilians. These are 10 of their mugshots. I will now read to you the Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. For more context and explanation, I had to put my glasses on. The people have a right to keep and bear arms for the common defense, and, as in time of peace, armies are dangerous to liberty. That ought not to be maintained without the consent of the legislator, and the military power shall always be held in exact subordination to the civil authority, and be governed by it. Just wanted to let all my fellow Americans know that.